Welcome into the Locker Room presented by Ted's Floors and Beyond. I'm your host, Namath Pitts, and we are talking Northeast Alabama Youth Athletics Playoff Football. Now, that is going to be the show today and tomorrow. This week, 2 days back-to-back. Today, we are going to have highlights of the Big Division playoff games. We have 3 games from the Big Division playoffs from this past weekend. We're going to show you the highlights of that. We're going to talk about all the scores from this weekend, and we're going to, of course, talk about a big cross-country story, a new state champion this weekend for the second time in a row. That's today's show. And tomorrow's show will be more Northeast Alabama Youth Athletics, and we'll look at the small division playoffs from this past week with highlights from 5 different games. Now, this past weekend, I want to remind you that I had to go to 2 different stadiums myself and record the highlights. So we may not have every team from the big division. We may not have every team from the small division. Now, some of you parents shared highlights with us from Alexandria and Ohatchee, and we appreciate that. Again, anybody that shares highlights with us, we will use those. But again, you're watching the Locker Room presented by Ted's Floors and Beyond. And don't forget to like our East Alabama Now page. Again, we are here every afternoon at 5 p.m. And then, again, EAN News. It is separate. Every evening at 6:30 p.m., Mike Stidham and Katie Edwards have your local news. John Holder has your local weather. And then I bring you our local sports. So don't forget to like our East Alabama Now page. And don't forget to like our EAN News page so you don't miss any of the action. Again, you're watching the Locker Room. I'm your host, Namath Pitts. We are talking Northeast Alabama Youth Athletics playoff football today. And we're also talking a local cross-country athlete who won her second straight state championship in a row. That is her second straight state championship in a row. But let's go ahead and get right into the scores from this weekend. And let's start in the sophomore division. The Lincoln Golden Bears defeated the Mumford Lions 19-7. So Lincoln advances to the championship game of the silver bracket. So Lincoln is playing in the silver bracket championship. The White Plains Wildcats defeated Walter Welborn 12-0 in the sophomore division. So the White Plains Wildcats are advancing again in the silver bracket to the championship game in the silver bracket. Let's move to the gold division games from this weekend. The Sacs Wildcats and Weaver Bearcats. We have highlights of this game tomorrow. We're going to show you those highlights. Sacs came out 7-6. This one was close. Weaver had the ball inside the red zone. Looked like they were about to score and potentially win the game. And it was a fumbled snap. Sacs recovers, a couple quarterback sneaks, a couple quarterback kneels. And the Sacs Wildcats would move on to the Gold Division Championship in the sophomore division as they defeat the Weaver Bearcats 7-6. This one was the last game on the hill. The Piedmont Bulldogs and Pleasant Valley Raiders. Piedmont started the game with the ball. They would fumble. Pleasant Valley would take over. 4th down and 1. A flag would back them up. And then they would turn over on downs. Piedmont would go right down the field in a couple plays and score. Piedmont would end up routing Pleasant Valley 20-0. The Piedmont Bulldogs sophomore team wins over Pleasant Valley 20-0. Piedmont and Sacs will play this weekend in the small division gold championship game. The Jacksonville Golden Eagles. There may not be a team outside of Alexandria seniors and Alexandria juniors that have been as dominant as what Jacksonville sophomores have been this season. They defeated Oxford A 25-0. And the Jacksonville Golden Eagles dominant sophomore team continues on their impressive run as they make the championship game in the Big Division Gold bracket. The Anniston Bulldogs, this is going to be one heck of a rematch. Jacksonville blanked them last time. Anniston won against Oxford B 19-6. So Anniston and Jacksonville will face off in the sophomore championship. That is all your sophomore scores from this weekend. Let's move to the juniors. White Plains and Pleasant Valley juniors went at it. White Plains won 7-6. They move on to the championship of the silver bracket. Oxford A and Oxford B in a rematch from a week ago. Oxford A again blanks Oxford B 25-0 as Oxford A moves on to the championship of the junior bracket. How about a little Dustin Screws and Jonathan Screws family rivalry right here? Walter Welborn, Ohatchee Junior Division. It was Dustin Screws' Indians. We've got highlights of this game tomorrow. We're going to show you these highlights tomorrow. Ohatchee defeated Walter Welborn 27-9. The Weaver Bearcats, this team, outside of that 6-0 loss to Ohatchee to begin the season, has dominated. Some would say they are the best team in this junior division. Some would say it's Ohatchee. Those two are going head-to-head, monster versus monster. What a game. I got to tell you guys, Jay Sean Burrows, head quarterback for Weaver. He is as good as I've seen, is to be as young as he is. Jay Sean Burrows put on quite the clinic. We've got highlights of that game tomorrow. Weaver Bearcats defeated Sacs 27-14. Dalton Rozelle Sacs Bearcats team had a great game first half. They led 7-6 at halftime. Dalton Rozelle Sacs Wildcats would fall short. Jay Sean Bros and the Weaver Bearcats with a big win. Alexandria, we've got highlights of this game today. Dale Finley sent us those highlights. Alexandria defeated Anniston 7-6. Real cold, rainy day, but it would be the Alexandria Valley Cubs getting the job done as they beat Anniston 7-6 and move on to the Gold Championship in the Junior Division. Again, dominant performances. Jacksonville sophomores, Jacksonville juniors. The Golden Eagles dominated Lincoln 25-0 as they move on to the championship game in a Alexandria-Jacksonville rematch in the Junior Division Championship. Those are your scores from the Junior Division from this weekend. Let's talk senior football. All of the senior teams started the day off. It was the Pleasant Valley Raiders and Sacs Wildcats facing off in a rematch from the week before. And the outcome was different. Sacs won a week ago in the regular season. This week, the playoffs on the line. Sacs facing fourth down. What were they thinking? I don't know. They spiked the ball on fourth down. That's all she wrote. And it would be Pleasant Valley. How about the Raiders winning the rematch 6-0? This was a one-possession game. Sacs didn't give themselves a chance at the end of the game. They spiked the ball, and that would be all she wrote. Pleasant Valley escapes with the win out at Alexandria in the silver bracket game of the senior division. Pleasant Valley, the Raiders win 6-0 over Sacs. The Lincoln Golden Bears blank Mumford 25-0. Lincoln moves on to the senior division silver bracket championship game. The Ohatchee Indians, Coach Bruner's team has been good all season long. Their only loss right there to Alexandria and Piedmont, and they're going to get a rematch. They defeated White Plains 31-15. We've got highlights of this game tomorrow. You're not going to want to miss that tomorrow as well. The Piedmont Bulldogs blanked Weaver 25-0 as they stay undefeated on the season. They move on. Ohatchee Piedmont rematch for the senior division championship in the small division. Those highlights again will be tomorrow. Coach Bruner's team for Ohatchee getting that rematch against an undefeated, really good Piedmont team, one of the few undefeated teams. In the big division, we've got highlights of this game today in the next segment. The Anniston Bulldogs defeated Jacksonville 38-6, and boy, do we have some highlights of the Anniston Bulldogs as they get a big win over Jacksonville in a rematch from a game that was just 2 weeks ago. Anniston would defeat Jacksonville 38-6. Stacy Creel and Alexandria Valley Cubs, they remain undefeated. 25-0 win over Oxford A. Coach Stacy Creel's team had a big game. We've got highlights of this game. You are not going to want to miss the highlights of this game. It was a big weekend for Alexandria and Anniston, Jacksonville. Some big wins right there. Alexandria Valley Cubs, Stacy Creel's team wins the big one right here in the semifinals. They make the championship game where they face off against the Anniston Bulldogs in a rematch from the very, very beginning of the season. So those are all your scores from this weekend. Again, tomorrow we'll go over those scores again. We've got big school division highlights when we come back. Don't go away. We've got highlights of Anniston and Jacksonville seniors, Alexandria and Oxford A seniors, and Alexandria and Anniston juniors again are highlights. Don't go away. When we come back, we'll show you all them highlights. You're watching the Northeast Alabama Youth Athletics Playoff edition of the Locker Room. Again, don't go away. We've got all the highlights again when we come back. Don't go away again. We appreciate you watching the Locker Room presented by Ted's Floors and Beyond.
Ted's Floors and Beyond is excited to introduce our all-new outdoor living collection. Have you ever dreamed of elevating or even creating an outdoor living space, whether it be for grilling, lounging, playing, entertaining, or just winding down? Our quality tile and stone, combined with our expert craftsmanship, will no doubt create unforgettable outdoor moments with family and friends, while also enhancing the beauty and value of your home. Call us today.
For metal buildings in Alabama and the Southeast, Waldrop Manufacturing is your one-stop source. A Waldrop metal building provides the coverage and protection your investments need. They specialize in carports, RV covers, portable buildings, and storage buildings. Stop paying rent for storage. With Waldrop's price per foot, you can actually save money by buying straight from the manufacturer. Waldrop buildings are guaranteed because Waldrop manufactures buildings with U.S. steel right here in Calhoun County. Waldrop Manufacturing, serving the entire Southeast. Give them a call today. For over 60 years, Oxford Lumber has been servicing our area, and our customer service has always been our main focus. Our customer service is what sets us apart from anyone else. From the moment you enter, our highly trained staff will treat you like family.
To enthusiastically provide total customer satisfaction within a positive and self-fulfilling employee relations environment. Visit us at any of our 4 locations or at oxfordlumber.com.
Since 1993, WM Grocery has been a major part of our local community. WM offers the very best in fresh produce and an outstanding meat department. WM also has many local products not found anywhere else and fresh sushi every day. If you need an event catered, come see Mrs. K at any WM store. Curbside pickup is also available for your online grocery orders. Be sure to download the WM app for all the deals of the week and shopper rewards. Go check them out today at any of their locations.
We take pride in our community and appreciate your business.
Ted's Floors and Beyond brings you the locker room each and every day. Ted's Floors and Beyond has all your flooring needs, whether it's hardwood, laminate, carpet, tile, luxury vinyl. They have it for you right there at Ted's. You can go by their showroom there in Anniston. You can pick out what you like, want, need, and they can do that there at Ted's. Also, they've got their partnership with Welburn Cabinet and will offer you a complete kitchen or bath makeover. That includes cabinets, countertops, flooring, backsplashes, tile showers. They can get it done there at Ted's Floors and Beyond. And now they offer you work on your outdoor space, whether it's an outdoor kitchen, patio, or living space. They have specially made outdoor tiles and stones that can enhance your outdoor experience. Go by and see them today at their showroom there in Anniston on Highway 431, right before you get to Sachs Elementary School, or visit them online at shopteds.com. That is shopteds.com. Ted's Floors and Beyond brings you the locker room each and every day. Welcome back into the locker room. I'm your host, Namath Pitts. Again, we're talking Northeast Alabama Youth Athletics playoff football. This is the playoff football condition. And we told you guys, we've got highlights of games from 3 big division games from this weekend. So let's get right into the highlights. But before we do, let me tell you guys about Lindsay Barger of Really Real Real Estate. Let me tell you, do you love where you live? Are you ready to buy or sell? Well, together, let's make your home dreams a reality. Lindsay Barger specializes in home buying, selling, and investing. Whether you want to buy a personal home, buy land to build a dream home, sell a rental home, or buy a home to flip and resell, she is your friend through it all. She would love to guide you in the process. So call her today at 256-441-2389 for all your real estate needs. And don't forget to like and follow her on Facebook and Instagram at lindsaybarger.realtor. All right, guys, Lindsay Barger brings you the Really Real Real Estate highlights. So let's go out to Jacksonville High School for our first highlights of the day, and it is the Anniston Bulldogs and the Jacksonville Seniors. Here, Anniston starts on offense. King Pruitt fakes the handoff and passes to Shevis Carr Jr., who gets the first down for Anniston. It's probably Shevis. Pronounced the name wrong. I apologize. King Pruitt this time passes to Marion Moore, who is tackled by Tadarius Sills and William Gillespie. I spelled the name wrong. Again, I apologize for the mispronunciation. This time, King Pruitt pass completed to Ashton Curry, who takes it deep into Jacksonville territory. This time, Shevis Carr Jr. this time takes the handoff and uses his power before being tackled by a few different defenders. Anniston's quarterback, King Pruitt, this time with the quarterback keeper around the near side. He's going to cut back inside right here, but eventually be took down. This time, King Pruitt's quick pitch to a Marion Moore, and he's going to cut it up the field right here. Here's a Marion Moore showing his speed. Look at this. He cuts that speed in. Touchdown, Bulldogs. A Marion Moore right there. Jacksonville now on offense. Luke Pritchett's going to pass, and he's going to complete it to Carter McCombs for the first down. This time on 4th down, Luke Pritchett's quarterback sneak would pick up more than a few yards, and that is going to move the chains. First down, Golden Eagles. Look at Luke Pritchett's arm on this play. He's going to drop back and throw a deep bomb. And how about Tadarius Sills with the catch? And the Golden Eagles are now deep in Anniston territory. Luke Pritchett looking to throw it again. And this time it would be intercepted by Anniston's Ashton Curry, who is eventually going to run out of bounds on the far sideline right there. But that is Ashton Curry with the interception. Anniston back on offense. King Pruitt, quick pass completed to Aiden Burtson. And he is going to not be stopped. He's going to cut it back in, and he is going to take it all the way to the house. Touchdown, Bulldogs! Aiden Burtson right there. He takes it all the way to the house. This time, Justin Evans looking to throw deep right here, and it is going to be intercepted by Aiden Burtson. Back-to-back highlights by Aiden Burtson right here. And what a play. He would eventually be tackled. How about the big man with the tackle right here? But that would be Anniston. And here would be the final play. And although this pass went out of bounds, I still wanted to show you this one-hand catch by Anniston's Kamari Addison, and Anniston would win 38-6. That is your highlights from Jacksonville. Again, right there as the Bulldogs win, and they move on to the championship game in the senior division. And again, I apologize for any mispronunciations of names right there. I may butcher names, and again, I apologize for that. But Lindsey Barger's really real estate highlights of Anniston Jacksonville. The Bulldogs would win 38-6. Less than me, more highlights. Let's get back out to Jacksonville for Coach Stacy Krill's Alexandria Valley Cubs, Coach Mims Oxford A Yellow Jackets. Let's go back out to Jacksonville. Let's start with the coin toss. Oxford A would win the coin toss, and they would elect to get the ball first. On offense, Oxford starts on offense. The snap would be snapped over Major Mims' head and recovered by Alexandria's Braxton Maxwell. This time, Sawyer Beagle is going to hand it off to Bentley Presley, and he's going to show great speed right up the middle. Alexandria inside the 5. Sawyer Beagle right back to Bentley Presley. Touchdown, Valley Cubs. Sawyer Beagle to Bentley Presley. And how about the PAT by Weston Peanut Haynes? It is good. How about that? Oxford back on offense. Major Mims is going to hand it off to Jeremy Morris, who's going to show incredible speed. Cut back right there, right up the middle. Things are looking great for the Oxford Yellow Jackets. But here comes Bruner, and he's going to force the Oxford fumble, and it is now Alexandria football. Valley Cubs recover. Alexandria would punt. Oxford back on offense. Major Mims, quick pitch to Javion Hurd. He's going to get a nice gain on the outside. Major Mims drops back to pass. He's going to be hit hard by Lennon Godby, and Mims fumbles, and it is recovered by Oxford, but they would eventually punt. Alexandria on offense. Sawyer Beagle right here with the quarterback keeper. Great adjustment by Alexandria's coaches. I heard them say they're stacking the box, and they go to quarterback keeper by Sawyer Beagle there now in Oxford territory. Ashton, how about this? Bruner right here, Ashton Bruner. Here he is again. Look at this. This guy won't go down. Look at all these broken tackles. This guy is a human cheat code, by the way. One of the best running backs I've seen in the youth division. And how about not just running the ball, but Bruner again shows off his arm this time. Bentley Presley, he catches it. Touchdown, Valley Cubs. Weston Peanut Haynes finishes things off. The PAT is good. Alexandria would end up beating Oxford A 25-0. They move on to the championship game in the senior division. Stacy Krill's team stays undefeated, and you saw the highlights right there. Man, Bruner is a cheat code. This guy is unhuman. He makes insane plays. Bentley Presley, most of the highlights right there by Bentley Presley. Run the ball. Sawyer Beagle with some big plays. Alexandria committee. Godby right there with the big hit. Alexandria stays undefeated. They are a dangerous team. Speaking of the Valley Cubs, let's talk a big junior division game. Alexandria and Anniston. Dale Finley share these highlights. Let's get right into them. Less of me, more of Lindsey Barger. Really real estate highlights. Here we go. Caden Atkins is going to start us off. He's going to run up the middle for 8 yards. Atkins this time, again, going to run it right up the middle. Why not go back to the guy that just had a big play? This time, Ethan Kroom's going to pitch it to Jay Sean Hunt, and the tackle is going to be made by Rocker Daly and Bryant Ferragina. Alexandria is going to be back on offense. It's going to be Caden Atkins again on the carry up the middle, and what a big play right there. This time, quarterback Wiley Finley is going to roll out to the left side right here, and he is going to connect with Hank Ginn. What a pass and what a completion by Hank Ginn. This time, Anniston back on offense. Peyton Dickerson's going to take this one. He's not going to go down. He's still on his feet, cuts back on the far side. He may go all the way. He is touchdown Bulldogs. Anniston's Peyton Dickerson. Anniston's going to attempt the extra point, and the tackle will be made by Bryant Ferragina. Anniston leads 6-0 with 5 minutes to go in the first half right there. Or no, that's in the game. Now Wiley Finley's going to toss it to Caden Atkins, and he is going to go beast mode with the stiff arm. Wow, that's going to be a 35-yard gain for Wiley Finley. We now got 3 minutes left to go in the game. Anniston leads. Finley again to Atkins. He takes it in. We've got a tie ball game. Touchdown, Valley Cubs. The Cubs are going to line up for the extra point attempt, and Caden Atkins runs behind the blocking of Riker, Daly, Tucker, Cobb, Joseph Garrett, and Brian Ferragina, and Alexandria leads 7-6 with 2 minutes to go. This time, the Cubs are going to stop Anniston on 4th down and take over on possession. Anniston's Amarius Lane is going to force the fumble and be tackled by Wiley Finley at midfield. We've got 1 minute left in the game. Look at this right here, the fumble. We've got 1 minute left, guys. This time, this Anniston on offense again, and it's going to be tackled by Jax Ferragina and Connor Hoffman. This time, Anniston still on offense right here, and it's going to be Hank Ginn, who we're going to see make a big defensive stop. Anniston right there cuts back inside Hank Ginn with a big stop. All right, Alexandria, Anniston right here. Ethan Kroom completes his pass on 3rd down, and Anniston rushes, and they're going to get it right here and move this upside. Time is ticking. They're now inside the 35. They're going to come up. Anniston's going to spike the ball. Great play by juniors to spike the ball. Final play of the game. Here we go. Anniston's Ethan Crum is going to scramble around the right side, but he's going to be stopped by Hank Ginn and Caden Adkins, and Alexandria is going to hold off to win 7-6. This was a game, big plays from Alexandria across the board, big plays from Anniston, but it would be the Valley Cubs winning 7-6 over Anniston as they move on to the championship in the Gold Division bracket. Those are your big division highlights presented by Lindsey Barger of Really Real Real Estate. But when we come back, we're going to talk state championship. We've got a local person that won a state championship this weekend. Let's go to our commercial break. Don't go away. You're watching The Locker Room presented by Ted's Floors and Beyond.
Ted's Floors and Beyond is excited to introduce our all-new outdoor living collection. Have you ever dreamed of elevating or even creating an outdoor living space, whether it be for grilling, lounging, playing, entertaining, or just winding down? Our quality tile and stone, combined with our expert craftsmanship, will no doubt create unforgettable outdoor moments with family and friends, while also enhancing the beauty and value of your home. Call us today.
Welcome to Room by Room Home Furnishings, a locally owned and operated furniture store located in Oxford, Alabama. We've been serving Northeast Alabama and the surrounding area since 2007. We offer stylish and affordable new arrivals and all the top trends to help you get a cozy and homey atmosphere with hand-picked home furnishings and decor to fit anybody's style and budget with knowledge, personality, and good vibes. Let Room by Room in Oxford, Alabama help you score amazing deals and turn your house into a home.
Wait! This isn't a game. It's your basement. It's filling with water. And even worse, it's 2 a.m. Who are you gonna call? Time's up. We'll come out 24/7, 365, any day, any time to put out any fires. Well, not actual fire. There's a better number for that. But when it comes to plumbing, call One Tom Plumbing.
Welcome back into The Locker Room presented by Ted's Floors and Beyond. I'm your host, Namath Pitts, and we told you before the break there is a new state champion. The AHSA state cross country race was this past weekend in Moulton, Alabama, and the White Plains Wildcats brought home a state champion for another year in a row. Madden Khan is your 4A state champion for a second year in a row. Now, Madden Khan has been a dominant force in cross country. She won the county race. We saw her earlier this year on EAN News. Matter of fact, our story tonight on EAN News is about Madden Khan as we look closer at her championship win from this past weekend. But we have an interview from her post-race after she won the 4A state championship that was interviewed by Cole Sensiboy. And now if I said that name wrong, Cole, I apologize. But let's let Cole do the interview this time. This was shared to us by Mr. Moore. So, Mr. Moore, thank you for all of the pictures, videos, interviews, highlights, everything. So let's go out and see Madden Khan after winning her 4A state championship.
All right, I'm here with Madden Khan, 4A repeat state champ from White Plains High School. Madden, how was the race today?
It was good. Last year I won. I didn't get a PR, but I still won. But this year I finally got a PR and won, so feeling more confident.
How does it feel to be repeat state champ?
It feels great. I'm just happy about our team. They all got, I think, PRs. So, yeah.
What was the hardest and the easiest part of the courses?
The hardest part? Probably the hills. And then the easiest part, I like the first one. It's pretty flat.
How do you feel about your team's performance today?
They did great. Abby broke into the 20s. Krause got a PR. Everybody did so good. And we got second.
Good job, man.
Thank you.
So that would be Madden Khan of White Plains. Now let me get you guys up to speed. She just became a two-time cross-country state champion. She won for a second year in a row. And her team, White Plains, which has been a great team all year long, finished in second place as they are your 4A state runner-up this year. Now, Madden Khan is a county champion. She's a regional champion. And she is now a state champion once again. She's had quite the career up to this point, and she is as impressive as it gets. You have to watch her run up close and personal. Now, one thing that I want to keep an eye on is White Plains' dominance in cross country. Seeing that continue in track and field. We obviously know track and field is in the spring, so it'll be interesting to see what else White Plains can do when it comes to the track, but they've been a strong cross-country team the past couple years, a strong track and field, and a lot of that goes to Madden Khan. So, Madden, congratulations on becoming a state champion for the second year in a row. And, man, I got to tell you, she is as impressive as it gets. So we want to make sure we give her the coverage that she deserves because cross-country state champion, Class 4A right here in Calhoun County out of White Plains High School, Madden Khan. But guys, that's going to do it for today. As always, thank you for tuning in to the Locker Room presented by Ted's Floors and Beyond. And I'll be back tomorrow with more Northeast Alabama Youth Athletic highlights. We'll preview the championship games in the gold and silver bracket. We'll tell you where those games are at and a whole lot more. I'm Namath Pitts. As always, God bless, and we'll see you tomorrow.